So yesterday we have completed, right, posting period variant. Now today we will see the step number 5, or you can say topic number 5, creation of number ranges for document types. So first we have to understand what is document, then what is document type, and what are the number ranges for document type. Here, the business transactions are posted into the system through an accounting process called posting. As an evidence of posting, a record is generated and stored in the database. This record is called document. There are two categories of documents. Number one, original documents. These include the vouchers, checkbook, purchase invoices, copies of sales invoices, and receipts. These are the basis for entering the business transactions into the system. Means here, not only in SAP, even in the normal accounting system also, if you have to enter a business transaction in the books of accounts, first it should be backed by some documentary evidence. That documentary evidence is called original document. Say, for example, today we have purchased raw material. So this is a business transaction. So in order to account these purchases into books of accounts, this purchase transaction should be backed by the documentary evidence. The documentary evidence is purchase invoice given by vendor. So this purchase invoice is called original document. Similarly, we have paid rent. So for the rent payment, the documentary evidence is rent receipt given by landlord. So that is called original document. Then today we have paid some hamali charges or some coolie charges, right? So the coolie person cannot give any receipt, right? Or the porter cannot give any receipt. Then what is the original document for the porter charges? At the time of paying the porter charges, the cashier will prepare one document. On that document, he puts today's date and he puts the name of the porter to whom we are paying the porter charges, account towards which we are paying, amount in words, amount in figures. So all this information is provided on that document. Then on the right-hand side of on the lower right-hand side of the document, right, we take the signature of the porter. Then it becomes valid. So this is called voucher. So voucher is the original document in the case of expenses. Like that, for every business transaction, there should be documentary evidence. That documentary evidence is called original document. So always the business transactions are entered into accounting system on the basis of original document only. Whether there is an original document for every business transaction or not, is checked in the auditing, right? So in the auditing, the first activity is vouching, right? So in what we do exactly in the vouching? In vouching, we verify whether there is documentary evidence available for every transaction accounted in the books of accounts. That is the meaning of original document. Then processing documents. These include recurring documents, sample documents, and accounting documents. So what is recurring documents, sample documents? We will discuss separately. There are separate topics on recurring documents and sample documents in the general ledger accounting. At that time, we will discuss. But now we have to understand the accounting documents. See, the accounting document represents records or the journal entries generated on the posting of original document into system. Means, say for example, see, for your simple understanding, right? For your simple understanding, the accounting document is nothing but accounting entries. That's it, right? Say, for example, today we have paid rent. So for this transaction, right, the documentary evidence is rent receipt given by landlord, which is called original document. Then on the basis of that original document, we post one accounting entry, debit to rent account, say 10,000, credit bank account, 10,000, right? This is called accounting document. Today, we purchased material. For this, purchase invoice is the original document. So on the basis of the purchase invoice, we enter debit raw material. We enter the entry debit raw material 1 lakh and the credit vendor account or supplier account 1 lakh. This is called the accounting document. So the accounting document simply represents the accounting entries. So for every business transaction, there will be 2 types of documents. Please remember, for every business transaction, there will be 2 types of documents or 2 categories of documents, which is first one is original document. These original documents are kept in the files and the files are kept in the record room. Number 2, accounting documents. The accounting documents represent accounting entries which are stored in the database in the form of soft form, right? Now, so every accounting document contains 2 parts. Now, the accounting document is simply the accounting entry. So in SAP, the accounting entry or the accounting document contains 2 parts. Number 1, document header. So this part contains the data such as document date, posting date, posting period, currency, company code, document type, etc. So the document header describes the whole business transaction. Means let us go to another company code. I will show you how the document will appear. This transaction code I will show you later in our class, but here I'm going to show you how the document header will appear. See, this is called document header. So in SAP, this is called accounting document. Then if you click on this hat symbol, you can see the document header. See, document header. So this document is entered on 28/9/2022, posting date 28/9/2022, posting period, fiscal year, currency, entered by whom, on which date it was entered, right? At what time it was entered, right? So like that, all this information is described in the document header. So the document header simply describes the complete business transaction. Clear, no? That is the meaning of document header. Then, number 2, document to line item part. Means, say for example, today we have paid rent, right? Then we post one accounting entry, rent account attached to bank. So in this accounting document, rent account and cash account, they are called line items, right? So rent account is called line item number 1. Cash account is called line item number 2. This is called line item part, right? See, item means line item. Line item number 1, line item number 2. So in the normal accounting terminology, we call them as debit account, credit account, right? But in SAP, each account in the accounting document is called line item. First line item, second line item. And posting key, account, description, amount. So what is this posting key? We discuss later on. What you have to understand is what is line item. So the line item part contains the information like line item number, posting key, account number, etc., etc. Clear, no? Now, the document line item part contains the data such as posting key, GL account number, amount for every line item. A document should contain minimum 2 line items. One should be the debit line item and the other should be the credit line item, right? So this is nothing but a double-entry system of accounting principle, right? For every debit, there should be equal and corresponding credit. For every credit, there should be equal and corresponding debit, right? Similarly in SAP also. In SAP, the accounting document can contain up to 999 line items, including debits and credits. The total of the debit line items should be equal to the total of the credit line items. It is called document principle in SAP. Now, here in the document header, we have one field, document type. See, in the document header, we have one field, document type. So what is this document type? And also at the time of entering the business transaction, in F-02, we enter the business transaction in the general ledger, right? So in every business transaction, we have to enter the document type also. We have the field document type. So what is this document type? We have to understand this now. Let us take one example. Today, we have paid rent, right? So then we post one entry, rent account data to bank. Similarly, we have purchased raw material from a vendor for credit, right? Then we post debit raw material account, credit to vendor account. So these are the two accounting documents we have posted. Now, rent account data to bank. What is the nature of the business transaction? Whenever you see the accounting entry, rent account data to bank, we can understand the nature of the business transaction. That is rent payment, right? Now, raw material debit, credit vendor. That means what is the nature of the business transaction? Purchase of the raw material, right? So here, by looking at these accounting entries, you are able to see or you are able to understand the nature of the business transaction. Why? Because we are all accounting professionals. So being an accounting professional, we can understand the nature of the business transaction just by looking at the accounting entry. But in the organization, there are some people who are concerned with the analysis of accounting reports, but they don't have any accounting knowledge. Say, for example, production manager, right? So the production manager has to always analyze the production quantities on the basis of the accounting entries also. In that case, he does not understand the nature of the business transaction. That is why SAP has developed the concept of document types, right? See here, these document types were already defined in the system, right? If necessary, we can also define our own document types. But in most of the implementation projects, right, system-defined document types are enough. Say, these are the some of the document types. There are many more document types. Those document types I will explain to you throughout our FI classes, right? But at this point of time, right? See, these are the some of the document types. Serial number, document type, description, account type, and a number range. Document serial number 01, document type SA, description, GL account posting. Account type, GL accounts. Then serial number 19, document type KR, vendor invoice posting. Vendor invoice posting means purchase invoice. Serial number 15, document type KZ, vendor payment posting. Serial number 17, document type KA, vendor other document. Then account type, vendor accounts. Then serial number 18, document type DR, customer invoice posting. Customer invoice means sales invoice. That's how the terminology is used in SAP. Then serial number 14, document type DZ, customer payment posting. Serial number 16, document type DA, customer other document. Account type, customer accounts. Then serial number 04, document type PAF, depreciation posting, asset accounts. Means what? Say, for example, today we have paid rent. So always the expenses and incomes are entered in the general ledger other than sales. Expenses and incomes are entered in the general ledger. So today we have paid rent, wages, salaries. So let us take only one example. Today we have paid rent. For this business transaction, the original document is rent receipt. On the basis of the rent receipt, right, we enter the business transaction to accounting system and accounting document is posted, right? Then on the face of that accounting document, the system automatically gives the letter SA. Please remember, the system automatically gives the letter SA. Then today we have purchased raw material. Original document is purchase invoice. On the basis of the original document purchase invoice, we enter debit raw material account, credit vendor account. Means an accounting document is generated. On the face of that accounting document, the system automatically gives the letter KR. System automatically gives the letters KR. Today, we have paid amount to vendor on the purchase invoice. An accounting document is posted. On the face of that accounting document, the system automatically gives the letter KZ and so on. Today, we have written some goods to vendor, right? Purchase returns. So when you enter the purchase returns in the system will generate an accounting document. On the face of that accounting document, the system automatically gives the letter KA. Then on the accounting entries relating to customer invoice posting, that is sales invoices posting, the system automatically gives the letter DR. On the customer payment, the system automatically gives the letter DZ and so on. So here in the implementation projects, there is one phase wherein we provide the end user training and also we prepare end user documents. So the templates of end user documents, I will also provide you at the end of the sessions. Okay, don't worry. Every template of the document which we prepare in the real-time implementations will be provided to you at the end of the course. So during the end user trainings, and also we prepare the end user manuals. In the end user manuals, we clearly specify that on the face of any accounting document, if you notice the letter SA, understand that that business transaction belongs to general ledger, means expenses and revenues. Similarly, on the face of any accounting document, if you notice letter KR, understand that that business transaction relates to vendor invoice posting. Vendor invoice posting means purchase invoice posting. Similarly, on the face of any accounting document, if you notice the letter KZ, understand that that business transaction related to vendor payment posting. Clear, no? Then if you notice the letter KA, understand that that business transaction belongs to vendor other document. Means all the business transactions other than vendor purchases and payments, they are represented with the letter KA and so on. If you notice the letter DR, that is the business transaction relating to customer invoice posting. Customer invoice posting means sales invoices, right? Then DZ, customer payment posting. DA, sales returns. AF, depreciation posting. Like that, with the help of the document type, right, the user can understand the nature of the business transactions, whether he has the accounting knowledge or not. That is simply the main purpose of the document type. This is for our understanding purpose, but from the interview purpose, right? From the interview point of view, right? They will ask you one question: what is the functions of document type and what is document type? So in that case, you have to say this answer. The document type controls the following, right? I will explain you. It differentiates the business transactions among the account types. It differentiates the business transactions among the account types. Means if the document type is SA, the business transaction relates to GL account type. You know, account type, GL accounts, vendor accounts, customer accounts, asset accounts, and material accounts, right? So if the document type is SA, the business transaction belongs to GL accounts. If the document type is either KR or KZ or KA, right, the business transaction belongs to vendor account type. Then, if the document type is either DR or DZ or DA, the business transaction belongs to customer accounts. Then, if the document type is AF, the business transaction belongs to depreciation posting, asset account type. So that is the first function. It differentiates the business transactions among the account types. Number two, for every account type, it differentiates among the nature of the business transaction. Means if the document type is either KR or KZ or KA, basically the business transaction belongs to vendor accounts, right? Among the vendor accounts, remember, among the vendor accounts, if the document type is KR, purchase invoice. If the document type is KZ, vendor payment, payment to supplier. If the document type is KA, purchase returns. So similarly, If the document type is either DR or DZ or DA, the business transaction basically belongs to customer account type. Among the customer account type, right? If the document type is DR, customer invoice posting. Customer invoice posting means sales invoice, right? Then if the document type is DZ, customer payment posting. Payment received from the customer on the sales invoice. Then if the document type is DA, customer other document. Like that, for every account type, it differentiates among the nature of the business transactions. Then number 3, the number to be assigned to the document. Means, remember, document or accounting document, both are same. They represent only accounting entries. Document, accounting document, or accounting entry, all are same. Now, this year, right, in the general ledger, we are going to post 1 lakh number of business transactions. Means 1 lakh number of accounting entries are posted in the general ledger. In that case, how to identify every accounting entry relating to general ledger? For that, we use the number ranges. Similarly, we are going to post 1 lakh number of purchase invoices, right? So 1 lakh number of entries are posted relating to purchase invoices. In that case, how to identify every accounting entry? For that only, we use the number ranges. So for example, for document type SCA, we assign the number range 1 to 1 lakh. Yesterday I told you, no, range means from value to value. Number range means from number and to number. So in SAP, we use the number ranges very much. So for document type SCA, we assign the number range 1 to 1 lakh. For example, it's 1 to 1 lakh is only example. It's not standard. So when you assign 1 to 1 lakh for the document type SCA, right? Today is the first day in the accounting year. And today we have entered the first business transaction in the general ledger. Then the system will take number 1. And that is given to document type SCA. When you post the second business transaction in the general ledger, the system will give number 2. Third transaction, number 3. Fourth transaction, number 4, and so on. Today, we have entered first purchase invoice in the system. Then the system will take the number 1,01,000, and that is given to that accounting document. Second purchase invoice posted, the system will give the number 1,02,000. Third purchase invoice posted, 1,03,000. Today, we have issued a check to the vendor towards the payment of your purchase invoice. And that's the first payment you have done today. In that case, the system will take the number 2,01,000. Second payment, 2,02,000, and so on. So every individual document is identified with a number. So that number is allotted to the document from the number ranges of the respective document types. Till now, clear for everybody? Then, fourth function. Whether the number assignment to the document is external assignment. See, whether the number assignment to the document is internal assignment or external assignment. So what is external assignment, internal assignment? I will explain you at the end of the topic. Now, here, for every document type, serial number 01 is there. For example, for SCA, serial number 01 is there. For KR, 19 is there. For KZ, 15 is there, and so on. So what is the significance of these serial numbers? And these serial numbers are system defined, right? So while doing the step, I will explain you all these parameters, okay? Now, here, our first module is general ledger accounting. So at this point of time, we define the number ranges for document type SCA. Then we define the number ranges for document type KR, KZ, KA in accounts payable. Then for DR, DZ, DA, we define the number ranges in accounts receivables. For AF, you define the number ranges in asset accounting, right? So that is the step. See, creation of number ranges for document type SCA. Transaction code OBA7. Let us log in again. Transaction code OBA7. See, these are the system defined document types. Okay. And in most of the cases, right, system defined document types are enough. See, click on position. This is the position button. Document type is equal to SCA. Document type is equal to SCA. Then click on enter. Click on enter. Then see, SCA document type has been taken in the first line. Okay. So select SCA document type line. This one. Select SCA document type line. Selecting means beside SCA, keep the cursor and left click, right? Then that is turned into yellow, means selected. Then click on details button. This is called details button, magnifying glass. Now, notice the properties of number range, that is serial number of the number range. See, for the document type SCA, number range 01 is linked in the system. That's why for the document type SCA, I told you the serial number 01. So what is the significance of the serial number 01? I will explain you. Similarly, right, if you go to KR, document type KR, right, see, for the document type KR, 19 is linked. That's why, right, in the document type KR 19, KZ 15. See, if you go back, select KZ, click on details. See, for KZ, number range number 15. These are called number range numbers, right? Or serial number of the number range. So what is the significance of these serial numbers? I will explain you now. So click on position, document type SCA, click on enter, select SCA document type, click on details button. Observe the number range number 0, right? Then click on number range information. Company code SSKH. This is our company code. Company code SSKH. Click on change intervals button. Every step is clearly there in the material. You need not worry. Click on change intervals button. This is called change intervals button. Then number is equal to 01. Number is equal to 01. Year is equal to 2022 fiscal year. From number 1 to number 1 lakh. To number 1 lakh. Click on save. And when you get this message, click on enter. See, we have defined the number ranges for document type SCA. Now, how this number ranges 1 to 1 lakh is applicable to document type SCA? Look at the screen. Here, for the fiscal year 2022, we have linked this 1 to 1 lakh, right, to the number range number 01, right? Then this number range number 01 was, right, was assigned to SCA already. See, the number range interval, that is 1 to 1 lakh, was linked to number range number 01, right? Then this 01 was linked to document type SCA, right? That's why, that's how 1 to 1 lakh is applicable to document type SCA of the company code SSKH. That is the purpose of the document type number ranges. So by defining the number ranges for document type KR, we link the number range value or the number range interval to the number range number 19. That is the purpose of the number range numbers. Here, 1 is called number range number. 0, 1 is called number range number. 1 to 1 lakh is called number range value or number range interval. That is the purpose of the serial number, right? Then, what is the fourth function? What is this fourth function, right? Whether the number assignment to the document is internal assignment or external assignment, right? So here you have some other fields also, right? NR status. NR status. So what is this NR status, right? Here some space is there, no? Please write down. NR status. NR status stands for number range status. NR status stands for number range status. With every document we post, the system updates the number range status field, automatically. On the basis of the NR status only, the system takes the number for the next document. The system takes the number for the next document. See, let us go to another company code. I have another batch with SSPN company code. See, for SSPN company code, right? For the number range number 01 means SA document type, NR status is 52. That means in this company code, in the general ledger, we have posted up to 52 documents. Till now, in this company code, we posted 52 entries in the general ledger. Now, if you post one more entry in the general ledger, the system takes the 53. Then 53 is updated here. Then when you post another document in the general ledger, system takes 54 and so on. So with the help of the NR status, the system determines the number to be taken for the next document. Clear? What is NR status? Now, here you have external checkbox. EXT means external, right? Again, write down. Continue, please. There are two types of number assignment. For the document types. There are two types of number assignment for the document types. Number one, external assignment. External assignment. In this type, the system allows the user to assign the number to the document. The system allows the user to assign the number to the document. But that number should be one number from the defined number range. From the defined number range. Number two, internal assignment. Number two, internal assignment. In this type, the system itself, allots the number. The system itself allots the number to the document. By itself. Serially from the defined number ranges. Clear, no? Next, here you have an external checkbox, right? Put heading again, external checkbox. If the checkbox is selected, the system allows the user to assign the number by himself. Within brackets, external assignment. We stop. If the checkbox is not selected, then the system itself allots the number. To the document. Sequentially. Full stop. Clear, no? See, suppose if you select this external checkbox while posting the document, right? The user has to give the number by himself, but that number can be any number between these two numbers. Suppose if you don't select this, system itself will give the number to the document sequentially from this number range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Next, continue. We can select or deselect external checkbox only when the NR status is zero. Within brackets, initial. See, here NR status is 0, right? So you can select or deselect, right? But see, in the SSPN company code for the document API, already we have posted some documents. NR status is not 0. So you cannot select now. They are grayed out. That means if you post any document, right, you cannot select or deselect external checkbox. Clear, no? Then there are some other functions. It is very, very important now. The document types are defined at the client level and are therefore valid for all company codes. The number ranges for document types are defined at the company code level. What does it mean? The document types are defined at the client level and are therefore valid for all company codes. The number ranges for document types are defined at the company code level. What does it mean? Here, if any object is defined at the client level, that is group level, that object can be used by all the company codes of the client. Note 2. If the object is defined at the company code level, that object is specific and applicable to that company code only. Here, the document types are defined at client level and are therefore valid for all the company codes. What is the meaning of the client level here? Here, we're logging into system. We are entering client number 800, right? So all these document types are defined at client number 800 level. That means all the company codes which we create in this client number 800 can use the same document types. So here we have 3 company codes. We have 3 company codes: SSKH, then SSPN, then SSTN. We have 3 company codes, right? So we have the document type SCA. So this document type SCA, right, is defined at client level. Means every company code can use the same document type. SSKH can use the same document type. SSPN also can use the same document type. SSTN also can use the same document type. So SA means general ledger posting, right? So general ledger posting. So in any company code, SA document type represents general ledger posting, right? So this is defined at client level. So these document types are defined at client level, right? But number ranges. But number ranges, right? Number ranges for document type are defined at company code level. See, the number ranges for document types are defined at company code level. So if the object is defined at the company code level, that object is specific and applicable to that company code only. That means here, in all the 3 company codes, document type SA represents the general ledger posting only. But the number ranges for document types are defined at company code level. That means for the same document type SCA, right, in the SSKH company code, 1 to 1 lakh is enough. But in SSPN, we require 1 to 3 lakhs because SSPN company code is larger than the SSKH company code. So in SSPN company code, the volume of transactions are more, right? Then in SSTN, we require 1 to 5 lakhs. We require 1 to 5 lakhs. That is the meaning of that. So for the same document type, right, we can define separate number ranges in different company codes. So this is defined at company code level. So whenever you define any object at the company code level, that object is available and specific to that company code only. Clear, no? So here, during total FI training, we are going to define number of objects. Some objects we define at the client level, some objects we define at the company code level. In that case, how can we understand whether an object is defined at the company code level or client level? For that also I gave one notes here. At the time of defining the object, if the system does not ask for the company code, then we can assume that the object is created at the client level. And at the time of creating the object, if the system asks for the company code, then we can assume that that object is created at the company code level and it is applicable to that company code only. Means, say for example, go to OBS 7. Here, wherever you find the new entries button, you can understand that you can create that new, right? Now, if you create the new document types, nowhere we are giving document company code, right? Otherwise, we can see the document type SCA. See, nowhere you are giving the company code, right? That means it is defined at the client level. So it can be used by all the company codes of the client. But the number ranges are different at the company code level. How can we say number ranges are different at the company code level? Click on number range information. Before going to define the number ranges, we are giving company code, right? So this number range is applicable to SSKH company code only, right? Now, tell me some of your company code. Somebody tell me some you can. Arha, did you start the practice? Or somebody else who started the practice? Tell me your company code.
THAS.
Which one?
THAS.
THAS, right?
Yes.
So in this company code, I want to use 1 to 5 lakh. In that case, you enter the company code here, then click on change intervals. Number range number 01, year 2022, from number 1 to number 5 lakhs. So click on save. Then enter. So in the company code SSKH, we defined 1 to 1 lakh for the same document type SCA. But THAS company code, we defined 1 to 5 lakhs because THAS company code is larger than the company code SSKH. So for the same document type, we define different number range intervals, right? Here, I want to delete this number range, right? Select this. This is called delete button, right? Right down there. Again, one more point. We can delete the document type number ranges. We can delete the document type number ranges if the NR status is 0. Means if you don't post any documents, you can delete it, right? Now I want to delete it because she has to do the practice, no? So I want to delete it. Select this number, range number, then click on delete button and save. Now you can define Urvi. That is the meaning of that sentences, right? So tomorrow we will see, right? Field status variant. Now, any questions from anybody? See, explaining, doing the step is only just 1 minute. It doesn't take even 30 seconds also, right? But how much you have to understand behind this? That explanation is very important from the interview point of view and also from the project implementation point of view. Any questions from anybody? Please raise your hands. I will be coming one by one. Yeah, Jyotish.
So good morning, sir. Yeah.
Good morning.
This is regarding this external assignment. So, but if I'm not wrong, the accounting standard, it should be sequential, right? Generally, but so why the system is allowing
absolutely. No. See, sometimes what happens, you know. See, ERP means it is an array of functions. It's just like a perfect, right? So according to your requirements, you have to develop the configuration, right? So always, as you said, right, the document number should be sequential, right? So in that case, don't select external checkbox. So function is available, right? If you need that function, use it. Otherwise, leave it. Okay, Jyotish.
Sure, got it. Okay. Because it could lead to confusion, right, in the project. Maybe he may select one number.
No confusion at all. Don't select. Normally in the real-time projects, we don't select this external checkbox. but still the facility is available.
Okay. All right. So regarding one more doubt on this,
Tell me.
retained earnings account.
Yeah.
So I mean, how do we define for other incomes like interest or dividends? Interest,
Acha, you
dividends.
want to
etc.
define one more retained earnings account?
No, I'm asking if we should define another or within that retained earnings
No.
itself
We
should
have to define
multiple.
another one.
Okay.
Operating profit loss account and non-operating profit loss account. Both we have to define separately.
Now, how do I differentiate the type of income that I have received?
At the time, I will show you at the time of creating the GL accounts. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Chandra.
Yes, sir. Regarding yesterday's session,
Hmm.
if we have already closed posting period till February, March was opened due to our auditing entries requirement. So audit was extended till November. Since then, we have already crossed the 4 special periods also.
Yes. Yeah.
So
see, at that time, right, you give the dates, no?
Which?
So even though you are in November 2023,
okay,
right? You give the 31st March.
Yes, 31st March for posting period. What about
2023?
how
Just
it was?
wait. 2023, we give the date, right?
Yes.
Then this period is also opened.
Okay.
Right? This period also should be opened. Otherwise, you cannot push the adjustments. See,
Okay.
the last period, the previous fiscal year also should be opened.
Okay, that was open. Yes.
Yes. That should be opened. Okay, got it?
No, sir. What about how we differentiate between a special period? How it was? I doesn't understood.
No,
special
if you give
period.
the period, no, if you give the period 12,
Yes.
then the system understands that that is the current year.
Okay.
If you give the period number 13, right, it understands that it is the period, special period. Then it understands that it is the business transaction as a adjustment. 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay, good. In that case, I should have to be open the special period as well.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. This is what I having confusion. Thank you.
Anything else from anybody? Okay, then see you tomorrow, same time. Good night and good day.
Thank you.